Today tapas are on the menu, and I'm going to show you how to make a super delicious, spicy Mussels Diablo. Not only is it high in protein and B12 vitamin, but it's also a total cinch to make. So to begin, let's take a look at these budget-friendly shellfish. I have about a pound of mussels here, and they clock in at around $3 a pound. So it's something that's really great to buy if you're entertaining for a large crowd, because they look really beautiful and lavish, but they're actually really inexpensive. So the first thing you want to do is always to make sure that you rinse your mussels in lots of cold running water. That's how you'll be sure to get most of the grit out. And the second thing you want to look for is this little string that's attached to the edge of the mussel. It's called the beard, just like the beard that a man wears, but it comes around the edge of the shell. So you want to just give that a little tug to remove it. And usually the fishmonger is really good about cleaning that for you. And you can always ask him to at the counter if you're not sure how to do it. So I've already rinsed them really well, but I also let them soak in cold water for about 20 minutes. And that also ensures that any other grit that or sediment that might be around the mussel will be released down into the water. So our next step is to cut up some aromatics, and this is what we're going to cook the mussels in. Now, mussels are one of those things that people think are really difficult to cook, but they're the easiest thing in the world. So it's definitely one of those dishes that your friends are going to think that you're the hero of your kitchen if you make them. So I have a piece of pepperoni here, and I'm just slicing it up into chunks. And I know what you're thinking, pepperoni, how can that be healthy? Well, I'm only using 2 slices for this entire pot. And what's great about using just a little bit of pork product is that it adds this incredible burst of flavor. So I'm heating my skillet here over high heat because I want to make sure that I get this pepperoni nice and crisp. So notice that I have just 2 slices for an entire dish of mussels. And this really gives us that meaty, flavorful base. Now, the reason why I say mussels are really good for your muscles is because they actually have a compound in them. It's a vitamin called B12, which is really important in metabolizing amino acids. And as you know, amino acids are really important for building muscle mass. Another reason why I say mussels are great for your muscles is because they're high in protein. So it's a great source of protein, and even if you don't eat a lot of meat, because it's a small portion, it's a really low calorie, low fat way to get a boost of protein. So I have some garlic here. Now, a lot of people think garlic is great to lower cholesterol, but that's actually a health myth. It is good for your blood pressure though, and I just love the smell of fresh garlic. It makes the kitchen smell amazing, and it really gives this dish sort of an Italian and Latin twist. So next I have a hot chili pepper here, and you can use red hot chili flakes if you want. I like to use the fresh because I like the color of it in this dish. And I'll just remove some of the seeds. I'm going to keep some of the seeds in though, because that's where the heat is. And that's going to give this dish a nice spicy kick. So it adds that layer of flavor, but also when you add heat and spice to your dish, it also helps to gear up your metabolism. So it's a great way to burn extra calories up to 1 hour after you eat hot chilies. So our aromatics are ready to go here. We've got these 3. And I'm going to start with some olive oil. We know that's the good kind of fat, but I'll go easy on the oil because we do have fat from the pepperoni here. So about a tablespoon. Now I really want to cook this down for about 2 to 3 minutes because I want that pepperoni to crisp. In case somebody wants to eat the pepperoni and the sauce that we're going to make from the mussels. Now what's great about mussels is besides the soaking and the rinsing, there's almost no prep to them. They steam and cook right inside the sauce in just a few minutes. So we'll cook that down. So the garlic is golden and the pepperoni is crisp brown perfection. So we're ready to add the mussels. I'm just going to gently lift them out of the water just to make sure I don't catch any sediment that might have settled on the bottom. We can turn the heat down a little bit. Just be careful because you're adding a little bit of water to oil, so you don't want to splash yourself. So next we're going to add the cooking liquid, canned tomatoes and white wine. Now what's great about white wine is that you can use any inexpensive one that you like, but it also adds this really delicious complex layer of flavor. And because we're only using a little bit, it's about 50 calories extra for the entire dish. So you're not going overboard with calories and you're not adding any more fat. Next I have some diced tomatoes. And this is what's really going to make the delicious sauce around the mussels. And you know the kind of sauce that you love to dip your bread in? Well, the tomatoes pick up all the flavor of that pepperoni, and it makes the most amazing sauce. You can even serve this with pasta if you like. But since we're doing it tapas style, I like to serve the mussels on their own so it's not so heavy. Last, just a little bit of salt to season it up, and some black pepper. And this is the best part. You put the lid on it and let it steam for a few minutes. Nothing easier. And what's great about this dish is you can even make this when you have friends over, right where they're sitting at your table, maybe they're sipping wine, you're chatting about your day. You can see how fast it all comes together. Now when those shells open up, you know that the mussels are cooked and it's ready to serve them. So now I'm just chopping up a little bit of parsley, and this is a beautiful way to really garnish this dish when it comes out. So let's take a look at those mussels. I'm sure they're ready to go. Perfect. The shells are open, and it's great to garnish with a little bit of fresh herb because I love the way the green color looks against the red sauce. So these are perfect, ready to serve up. Now if you want, you can serve this with some beautiful, crusty, whole wheat baguette. I like to serve them by themselves on little tapas style plates. And it's nice to have a bowl next to the plates that you serve these on because you want to have a place for your guests to put the shells. So now I'll just garnish this with a little bit more parsley. So now you have a simple and delicious way to cook an otherwise intimidating dish. I'm Jennifer Iserloh. Thanks for joining me on Healthy Cheats, and here's to your health. I really like the comments, but I would love to get a video response. And if I use it, I'll send you a copy of my book.